Good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for clicking on 5 News Web News. It is Friday, May 24th. I'm Brittany Hoke.
And I'm Matt Heckel, and here are some of the top stories we've been following today here on 5 News. A historic decision was made yesterday by the Boy Scouts of America.
Yeah, that decision will allow gay youths into the organization. More than 60% agreed on the decision last night, but the Boy Scouts of America will continue to ban gay adult leaders after the vote. A statement from the organization said that since it is a youth program, any sexual conduct, whether heterosexual or homosexual, is contrary to the virtues of scouting. We talked to some of you to see what you thought about the issue.
To recognize that everybody is a valuable individual, and that what private matters lie in people's lives doesn't have to be feared, and that we all have something to contribute regardless of our personal and private parts of our lives.
And the BSA said there are no plans for further review of the issue. The change takes effect January 1st.
Well, here at home, a man who admitted to sexually assaulting young boys will have to wait a bit longer to see how much time he'll spend behind bars. 25-year-old Brian Tovar was supposed to be sentenced in a Harrison County courtroom yesterday, but his attorney requested a 60-day diagnostic before his sentence was handed down. Tovar previously admitted to performing sexual acts on a 13- and 15-year-old boys. Some of those incidents happened here in the Clarksburg area. His sentence was pushed back to August. And a Marion County man is facing charges over accusations he touched a boy inappropriately several times over a 3-year period. Supposedly, Doyle Campbell has already admitted that he touched the victim. Several incidents were reported, and a few of them were allegedly in public places.
And the man who went to St. Joe's with multiple burns on his body over the weekend and who police say led them to a meth lab in Buchanan is still hospitalized. His name has not been released. Deputies said they found the items to make meth at a home on Randolph Street. No arrests have been made yet, but they said the investigation is ongoing and at least one other person may be charged. We're going to make sure to keep you informed as more information becomes available. And 3 women are in some hot water today after police say they found them with a brick of heroin. Lewis County Sheriff Adam Gissy said officers pulled over a car on Route 19. Inside that car was Cody Neely, Devin McCoy, and Jocelyn Jones, and what's believed to be about $1,000 worth of heroin.
Well, boathouses and campers vandalized and jet skis nowhere to be found. That's what's happening at Tigert Lake, and police are on the hunt for who's behind it. Now, it happened about 2 weeks ago at Tigert Lake by the entrance to the marina. The DNR is leading the open investigation. Now, we talked to officials and you to see what you think about this kind of crime happening so close to home.
It's sad, whatever the reason is, but we haven't had it much here in Grafton, or no big robberies. I'm sure there's a bunch of little things, but nothing big. I haven't feared for my safety here lately.
Officials say that they will be watching extra closely for suspicious activity, especially with Memorial Day weekend coming up.
We're working with the state police, we're working with the DNR, we're working with the people at the Tigert Lake State Park, and eventually they're going to get caught. And the main thing right now is increased patrols.
Now, if you're worried about your property being stolen or damaged, here are some easy to remember safety tips. First, use automatic light timers. Always lock windows that lead to the outside, and don't leave items in plain view inside of your car. If you have any information about this crime, you're asked to call the Taylor County Sheriff's Department at 265-3428.
And firefighters still don't know what caused an abandoned home in Harrison County to burn to the ground earlier this week, but they are still saying that it looks suspicious. Just to recap, crews were called to the home on Locust Street in Salem just after midnight Wednesday morning, and they say that the home was covered in flames by the time they got there. Nobody was living in that house and no injuries were reported.
And let's take a quick look at what our newsroom is working on for tonight for First at 5 and 5 News at 6. First up, controversy at some local schools. We're going to tell you about it and talk to some school officials.
And the cost of cleaning up a meth lab and why some of those houses end up back on the market. Plus, Chief Meteorologist Ken Meehan has a look at your first alert forecast for Memorial Day weekend coming up tonight on First at 5 and 5 News at 6.
And that's what's making headlines today. Be sure to tune in tonight for First at 5 and 5 News at 6. And until then,
have a great day, everybody.